Hi guys, today I'm going to film you a very short, very gentle wake up sequence if you are struggling with these darker mornings. So it's winter in Scotland now and the mornings are really dark, and I know I'm really struggling to wake up. So if you struggle from seasonal affective disorder, or you simply just feel quite affected by the daylight and it's hard work to wake up in the morning, or maybe also just more generally, if you struggle with mornings, if maybe that you're struggling with depression at the moment or with a chronic illness that means that mornings are really tough for you, this is a really nice gentle sequence that you can do to help gently energize your body in the morning. We're going to do the majority of it lying down, and actually it's designed so that you could do it in bed first thing. So just coming down onto your back, settling down, just imagining that you've just woken up in the morning. This is actually quite early in the morning for me as well. This is my first stretch of the day, so we'll just take a moment settling into our mat, just to notice how we're feeling. Maybe doing a little body scan from the top of the head, down through the facial muscles, the jaw, the back of your neck, tops of your shoulders, your shoulder blades and arms, your chest and breathing, your stomach, the base of your spine, your hips and your pelvis, all the way down both legs, through your knees, your calves, and all the way down to your feet. And just taking a little moment to check in and just see how you're feeling and how your energy is. So starting out, let's just curl up on our side as if we're in bed in the morning, knees close to your chest, and just bring your bottom arm out straight in front of you, palm up, and then bring the other arm on top. Keeping your knees up to your chest without moving your bottom half of your body at all, we're just going to slowly draw that top arm across the body, rolling the upper body open into a twist, and then bring that top arm back over to meet the underarms again. So opening up into a twist, stretching that left arm out to the side, keeping your knees nice and still, and then drawing the arm back over. Let's do that 2 more times. Nice big inhale when the twist is open. Exhaling as you close it back down again. 1 more. Bring yourself back onto your back. Just pause for a moment with your feet to the edges of the mat, your knees in, your hands on your belly. Noticing the subtle shifts that have occurred just through such tiny actions. And then we'll curl over onto our left side and repeat on the other side. So stretching that left arm out in front of you, bringing your knees up close to your chest, and just starting to open out into a twist, looking up towards the ceiling, and closing it back over again. 3 more times. And after that last twist, coming back onto your back again. And this time let's stretch out our arms and legs nice and long. A big long stretch all the way from your fingers to your toes. Take a big inhale here, and on the exhale, drawing everything in up into a tiny little ball. And then stretching out again in a big star shape, stretching all the way from fingers to toes. Big inhale with the exhale, bring everything back in, tuck up into a tiny little ball. 2 more like that. Big stretch out. And tight ball coming in. 1 more time. And bringing your knees down to the mat. Just bring your feet about hip width apart, just about where you can just touch them with the tips of your fingers close to your body. Resting your arms lightly on the mat. Let's just start to come into some bridge poses. So slowly peeling the base of your spine off the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae, tucking up until you can press into your feet and come up into a bridge pose. Big inhale here, and on the exhale, slowly rolling back down again, using lots of control. Don't worry about how high you go in these bridges. We're thinking more about a slow movement through the spine, moving vertebrae by vertebrae. And you might also like to start to bring your arms in now. So as you start to peel your spine off the mat, you could also lift the arms up above the head. And on the exhale, rolling back down and bringing the arms back down to the mat beside you. Just flow with your own breath. Inhale as you lift up. And exhale as you roll back down. 2 more. One more. Coming back down, bring your knees back up to your chest, wrapping your arms across your knees, keeping your head relaxed on the mat this time, and we're just going to rock side to side. Start to increase the rocking, just massaging the lower back. And just keep rocking until you can bring yourself over onto your side, coming over onto all fours. And we're going to come down into a little child's pose. So just keeping your knees and your feet together, folding your upper body over your knees, and you could bring one hand inside the other initially so that you can rest your forehead into your palms. Just taking 3 deep breaths here. Lift your head out of your palms, and now we're going to walk our hands forward. And you also have the option here, if you would like, of widening your knees. So keeping your big toes together, you can widen your knees towards the edges of the mat, anywhere that feels comfortable for you. Then walking your hands out in front of you. First of all, let's just take a really active stretch. So up on your fingertips, keeping your head off the mat, really stretching all the way from your fingers all the way back to your tailbone, pressing towards your heels. And now let's walk our hands over to the left side of the mat, And you can bring your right hand over your left here off the mat, bring your forehead down onto the mat, into this lateral stretch, feeling that nice expansion through the right side of the body. And take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Lifting up, let's just repeat that on the other side. Walking across the other side of the mat, left hand on top of the right, stretching out, bringing your forehead down to the mat. Lifting up, walk your hands to centre and slowly walk yourself up into a kneeling position. Just turn around to face you, and let's just rest for a moment here, one hand in front of the other, just allowing the blood to settle. And then come down into a comfy seated position. We're going to finish this gentle wake-up practice with a tiny little bit of breath work, just to start to elevate the heart rate a little bit at the start of the day. So very, very simple. We're going to aim for an equal breath. So an equal length inhale and exhale. So I'll start by counting. You can breathe with me, and then you can find your own rhythm. So let's start by taking an inhale through the nose and a big exhale out the mouth, just to completely empty the lungs. I'm beginning with an inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just keep breathing like that, counting in your own head. Breathing in and out through your nose, or in through your nose and out through your mouth, whatever feels more comfortable. Maybe a little quicker than you're used to. We're just trying to start to energize the body a little bit with a slightly shorter breath rhythm. Let's take one more round. And then come back to your natural breath rhythm, blinking your eyes open if they were closed, and just noticing how you're feeling now, whether there's a little bit more looseness in your spine and a slight feeling of energy in the body. I hope that you find this little 10-minute practice for dark mornings helpful.